Hello, it is Sunday, so it's time for my mental health vlog. Okay, first off, this week was cold. Across the country, there was just like cold snap that just kind of went down. I mean, y'all know, y'all live here. And we got cold in Houston, like we had to cover the plants and stuff, but my boyfriend's been awesome at keeping the fireplace lit, and the fireplace is now his domain. Like, I've just given it up because he was an Eagle Scout growing up. He knows how to stack the logs. He knows how to start the fires, and it's done. You do it. He actually tried to offer to help show my son how to stack the logs and start the fire when he was over this weekend, and he didn't seem to have a lot of interest. But I'm like, I want to push him to learn the things that I never really learned how to do, or never really had anyone show me the correct way to do. So, my boyfriend's a great cook, so I love it when he shows my son cooking techniques or skills in the kitchen, because I didn't get that. I love it when he tries to teach him like first aid if he's hurt or I'm hurt or whatever, because he's good at that, and he had those experiences as a kid. Do I want to enroll my son to be an Eagle Scout? No, but I'm happy for him to have someone in his life that is a little bit more skilled and able to teach him things that I never had the opportunity to really learn, or things I've just taught myself over the years that I've, the way I've been doing them is okay, but it may not be like the best way to do things. And I'm fine when someone tells me, let me show you a different way to do that might work a little bit better. I'm not one of those people that's going to hold on to the thing that I know and be like, no, my way must be the best. Everyone has an opportunity to learn new things. So if someone has the option to teach me something new, I'm going to absolutely learn it, or try to learn it, or at least open my mind up to the opportunity, to the possibility that someone knows more than I do. Because in almost every scenario of my life, there's going to be someone that knows more than I do. As much as I know about Disney, there's people that know more than I do. As much as I know about Golden Girls, there's people that know more than I do. And I'm okay. It's not a competition. I'm always happy to learn something new about stuff I'm interested in. Let's see, what else happened this week? Oh, so I had my first meeting with my sponsor. No, that happened a couple weeks ago, but he was able to give me some advice on starting the 4th step in my 12-step program. And I've been really, really at a standstill, like a major roadblock with starting the 4th step. Like, I couldn't get myself to start it, no matter how hard I tried. Because I had heard so much negativity about how hard and how intense the 4th step is and how deep you have to dig. And it's like, I was just very, I'm also really not good at self-identification. And this whole step is about finding defects of character. I know I've got defects of character. I've got a laundry list of defective character. The only problem is I can't identify them at the moment when I'm trying to write them down. So he had a different technique. He's like, why don't we start by writing the things you love about yourself, and then we can go from there. So I'm finding that equally challenging, but more challenging in a positive way, because still self-identification is not a thing that I'm good at all. Those personality tests where you have to pick like the word that describes you best. I could spend half an hour on one question just trying to figure out which word describes me best, because everything is so conditional for me. But anyway, not being able to identify things about myself is going to be on my defects list, by the way, in case you're wondering, because I feel like everybody should be able to evaluate your good and your bad, and I struggled with that. But I did officially. It's right here. I have officially started my 4th step. I've started my 4th step. It took me more than a year and a half to start my 4th step, but I've officially started my 4th step. I'm very excited about that. And it is a lot easier when I notice going through writing things I love about myself, that I will think of something that I don't. So as much as I'm focusing on the love part, I am also making a list of some of the defects of character, and these are coming closer to mine as I think about the things about myself that I do like. So it was a smart technique to have me look at this from the positive side, which nobody had done before. So kudos to my new sponsor for that. Let's see. Today is my mom's birthday. And I won't tell you how old she is because that's rude. But it's a very sexy number. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And I'm not doing okay. My parents aren't supposed to age. They're supposed to stay the same. And I'm not doing okay. And it's selfish for me to not being okay on my mom's birthday when it's the day to celebrate her, because she is an amazing and wonderful woman that I want to be around forever. That won't be. I'm trying not to be. I'm not trying to catastrophize her birthday. I love her an awful lot. She is super important to me. And I'm just very glad she's still here. And she's still so active, and she's still healthy. She's got a cold right now, but she's still active and she's still healthy. And I know I have nothing to worry about anytime soon. But every time someone in my core group of adults has a birthday, I start. It was just it's just a reminder. And I don't like what it reminds me of. I'd like my mom to be around forever. I'd like my aunt to be around forever. Those are the two most important ladies in my life, and they're getting older. And, you know, they're I don't want to focus on this anymore. Just something I struggle with. The concept of core people in my life not being around when I need them. And that scares me. I'm sure it scares most of you that have close relationships with your parents or your aunts or your grandparents. It's so really cherish them. I talked to Mom today, and I was glad to have the opportunity to talk to her. We FaceTime with her the other day, and she got to see my son, and I always like it when she gets to see her grandchild. So I'm going to try and get my son down to Florida this year, just because I think it's really important for him to see his grandparents and really get to know them as much as he can, being so far away, knowing more about them than just they're his grandparents. So I need to make sure I try and do that. We did have my son this weekend, and it was very nice. We went to a place called Lucky Land, which is like a Chinese theme park. They call it a theme park, but it's not a theme park. It's just an area that you kind of walk through and you see some stuff that's very reminiscent of Chinese culture and Chinese history and artistry and stuff like that. So we did that to celebrate the Chinese New Year. My son and my boyfriend and I went, and I think everybody had a good time. I did have therapy this week, and I talked to my therapist about some stuff, like how it's so, like, my boyfriend will point out, like, after we dropped off my son with my ex, like, my boyfriend will point out, like, wow, I can't believe he said this about you, or I can't believe you were okay with him saying this. And I had to...
Yvette has finished running.
Yvette has finished running. And I had to... I was talking to my therapist, like, he keeps pointing out these things. It's like, I don't even notice them. So we kind of broke that down, and we realized that I don't always notice when someone is putting me down, or being insulting, or, making a negative off the cuff comment, because that is a communication style that I have had in my life, my entire life. Like, I grew up with it with my dad, and I didn't realize that my ex was doing a lot of those same things. And I can think back many times where someone said, I can't believe that he talked to you like that, or I can't believe he said that. And I didn't even think about it, I didn't realize, didn't register that it was a negative comment. It was just a comment. So that's something that I do have to work on, is identifying when someone is being disrespectful to me, and to let them know that I'm worthy of a little bit more respect than that. And I'm very thankful. I was kind of annoyed at first by my boyfriend whenever he's like, I can't believe you let him talk to you like that, because I figured it was just, my ex, my current, are never going to get along, and that's just what it was. But no, there was actually some truth to what he was saying. Is I was getting belittled or jabbed or insulted, and honestly not even realizing it. So I want to make sure that I can address that, so that my son doesn't grow up with that same exposure of communication style. Because here I am, 42 years old, and not always able to identify when someone's insulting me. Don't get me wrong, I very seldom give a shit what people think about me. But if someone puts me down, and it makes someone else aware that I'm being put down, and not reacting to it, or not defending myself, or not whatever. Anyway, I'm very grateful that my boyfriend is looking out for me, and helps point those kind of things out, because I do want to be better, and do want to grow, and be the best version of myself that I can be for my son, which is my goal every day. Work has been busier this week than I have had to deal with in years. Several projects have landed in my lap that are very much hit the ground running type of projects. I'm learning a lot. I'm finding out a lot. It's been insane. It's been very, very busy. So much so that I haven't even been able to run my machine that much this week. So of course I've been busy trying to catch up with orders. I did raise my prices $1 for everything. It doesn't appear to have really impacted sales, so that's good. But I gotta get caught up, and I'm struggling to get caught up, and it's not even a busy season. So if this level of busy is the new normal for me at work, like if it's going to continue to be like this, I may have to look at shutting down my shop on Etsy, just because I won't have the time to dedicate after work hours to the same level that I can when I'm running my machine during work, which is super convenient. But if I don't have the ability to focus on it at all, then I'm gonna have to look at something else. I don't know yet. So it's something I'm thinking about. There's a lot. That was a lot to unpack. So thank you guys for sticking with me. I am going to get this posted. I'm going to work on some more patches. I have a prescription to pick up. And then I think I'm just going to take it easy for the rest of the night. Because with the week I've had, I've earned it. All right, guys. I hope you all stayed warm during this cold snap. And if you do have lots and lots of snow, thank you for keeping it wherever you are, because I don't want any of it down here at all. I hate snow. But stay warm, stay safe. Check on your friends, make sure they're doing okay, make sure they survived whatever weather they had. Check on your loved ones. Make sure they're doing okay. And check on yourself. Make sure you're doing okay. And it's okay if you're not. You don't have to be on or perfect every day. You don't have to be perfect any day. You just gotta wake up and give it your best. All right, guys. I love y'all. I'll talk with y'all next week.